John, hello, James and Dutch. My question for Dutch is, how come Sid is not being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame this year? Does it suggest that Vince McMahon still has pull, or could it be Triple H also has an issue with Sid? If Lex Luger and the Natural Disasters are deemed Hall of Fame worthy, then surely Sid is too, the year after his death. Do you think it's just funny, WWE are funny inducting people who've died so close to an induction kind of thing? I don't know. I mean, I think most people probably thought Sid was already in.
I did. I really did. I thought he was already in, but I would say that he will go in the next 2 years. I think it's time to put him back in it because he really was a draw for WWE and a big character too, because the way they presented him, and he was the type that Vince loved: big, tall, muscular, and Vince loved guys like that. So, and I find it. Who were the two guys that went in?
Two guys? You mean the natural disasters, earthquake and typhoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're in, but taking them over Sid, I don't think the people agree with that. Of course, that is a subjective induction, and if you have any kind of pushback at all, they won't accept you back in there. Not that you've been in there before, but I think Triple H might not like Sid that much, but I think adding him in would be a good addition to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, two-time WWF champion. He was a main eventer everywhere he went. Some of the more amusing interviews, some of the best interviews, and some of the worst interviews in the best way as well. So, I mean, really
you see the one that he was in Atlanta with Jim Ross, and he started out and he messed it up. He said, "Can we do it again?" "Can't. Lie, pal."
Mm-hmm.
And I can see Sid going, "Damn."
He just sort of goes, and then just comes back up and just starts it over again. He actually does a really good job.
But he was a good interview, and he had to have that character when he did every interview. It takes a lot of energy to work your way up and have your eyes bugging out of your head and all. So, but what he lacked in like execution, see, he just went out there and beat people up. That's what Sid did. But every time he'd do that interview, he'd have to work himself into that frame, which is he did a great job, because when you watched him do an interview, you thought there's something wrong with this guy until you knew him and didn't know he's a big pussycat.
Well, I know you named him, of course, but you gave him the Sid Vicious name, by the way, if people didn't know that. But did you actually wrestle him, or did you manage him? I can't remember. Like in the was it in the Fuller territory?
No, I didn't manage him. Bruno managed him in the Fuller territory. Downtown Bruno was the manager. So, but yeah, I never managed Sid at all.